Okay, yeah, welcome to the live session. Yeah, welcome to my wholesome family series. Welcome to my wholesome family series, brought to you by the Familynestacademy. Okay, just a moment. I think they. Confirm if you can see me. If you can see me, go to Facebook. Both on Facebook. That is too much. Okay. Yeah, welcome to our live series. On my wholesome family series today, we are talking about, of course, one of those important matters of life that affects the family. I need that light. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, yes, we are live, and today we will still be talking about family matters as usual. And we're going to be talking about raising children who can protect themselves. So whether we like it or not, we are not raising children. We are raising adults who will grow up to take responsibility of their own lives. Children who will become managers of themselves. If we are raising children who we will consistently follow or try to secure, we are not really thinking ahead. We are not considering the future. Every parent plans and intends to raise children who will grow up to become independent, to confidently navigate life. Children who will not be casualties or victims, right? And if we must do this, we must be intentional. That's why we have this discussion today. How can we raise children who can protect themselves? So today we'll be talking about boundaries, body safety, and confident communication, because these three factors, why we are highlighting on these three factors is because if we raise children who understand boundaries, they will know how to maintain their own boundaries and expect and get people to also respect their own boundaries. Children who can protect their own boundaries will rarely be victimized. They will rarely be abused. If you raise children who understand body safety, who knows when someone is going beyond arm's length, they will pick it early enough to know, no, this is a no-go area. This person is going beyond where he or she should go. Okay? So, we need to raise children who can be able to make boundaries. Children who can be able to understand what body safety entails. Thank you everyone for joining us. The Winning Grace International, you are welcome. So sorry I'm not able to see those on YouTube and Facebook, but I really welcome us to this wonderful family series. Okay, so we must work with children who understand, maintain and uphold boundaries, body safeties, and who are able to communicate. And that's why we teach about being intentional when we are raising children with confidence, when we are raising children with boldness, okay? Gone are those days where we raise children who cannot talk to us, who cannot question things happening around us, children who cannot ask questions. If you are raising those kind of children in this era, you are failing those children. You are raising children who cannot navigate life by themselves. And unfortunately, whether we like the truth or not, we cannot keep being there to defend or protect our children. Okay? The world has become so vast that even you, life has a way of getting you occupied that you are not able to do the things you need to do. And yes, I have my darling husband in the house, boy of God. That's my amazing husband. Thank you so much for your support, for your presence, your encouragement. I am here today because you are somewhere ensuring that everything is in order. You are welcome, sir. So, I welcome us again to this family series. So, raising children who can protect themselves, talking about boundaries, body safety and communication. If your children find themselves in an uncomfortable position, a place or unsafe situation, and you are not there, ask yourself, will they know what to do? Can your children navigate dangerous situations without freaking out, without getting confused, without becoming stranded in your absence? So that should be what your antenna should be picking at every point. As you are raising that daughter, that son, what will this child do in a dangerous situation if I'm not there? So you see why I will tell you, when children are doing things, monitor them, allow them to do dangerous things carefully, under supervision. In that way, they gain their own confidence to initiate actions. They get the confidence to think for themselves. And sometimes you can even create a scenario that is a guided scenario. Just stand by and watch what they will do. You can't afford to raise children who freak out in dangerous situations. What that means is that your child cannot survive difficult situations. Your child can easily be victimized or become a casualty of circumstance. There are circumstances we cannot afford, like we are not able to control. But there are situations you can control, you can manage at least. You can be able to keep calm, reason, or logically find an answer or a way out. So can your children know what to say when they are faced with questions of life? We don't know how to live. Like a scenario of fire outbreak, can your children be able to escape? Do they know how to call for help? Do they know how to seek for support? A situation where they are bullied or cornered one side or about to be raped, does your child know how to navigate their way out? At least even if it's a temporal action, without allowing fear to cripple them. Will they feel confident enough to speak out to authority or those that matter when they are threatened behind by someone, that uncle, that auntie, who have become part of you, that feeling that mommy and daddy will not believe them? Would they know what to say, or will they be weakened by the fact that they know you are going to blame them? So these are the conversations. These are in this live session, you're inviting other families, because raising children who are obedient but they lack capacity to defend and protect themselves when trouble strikes. We cannot afford to continue like that. The target is not to raise obedience. It doesn't take you. Even in the world time, obedience is a system that help your children pay more attention to following rules and regulations, and of course help them operate according to the expectation and life standard. But can I tell you the truth? Obedience is not enough to help our children thrive. There's some things that will happen and my husband will be like, you think the word is SU. He's telling me you need to start thinking beyond yes and no, obedience and disobedience. Because in the system of operation, wisdom to operate. So my mentor, by the way, is Coach Wendy Ologe. I sent my regards to her, an amazing woman. So raising children is not about right or wrong. It's about wisdom of operation. You need to raise children who operate in wisdom, not just discerning between what is wrong and right, not just obeying you. You say go here, they go right, they go, without reasoning. Asking what kind of children they will go there where they will be given instruction to destroy their life. Can they question? Can they ask, why do I have to do this? So you see why it's wrong when your children ask you why and you're angry. You are telling me because I'm your daddy, I'm your mommy, obey. No. No. If you must raise children who must protect themselves, you must raise children that will question things. Not because they are disobedient, not because they are rebellious, because they want to know why they have to do that. They want to know if it's relevant to their existence. They want to know if it will implicate their life and destiny. Now we need danger before you teach them how to protect themselves. But one of the greatest mistakes we make as parents is waiting for something terrible to happen before we start teaching our children about safety. Some of us, as we have not taught our children how to escape fire. We are waiting for the day fire will break. You may not even be there. Have you taught your children how to raise fire, to use for help? Taught your children how to do CPR in case, even though they are child, the little they can do to say like that happen, or God forbid. The same my coach will say, God forbid is not a parenting strategy. It's not. Some of the things we are saying God forbid are the things we could put in place. We can teach our children to keep them safe. We need to teach things like road safety. Even before your child begins to cross a busy road, you can't just be taking a walk and be teaching them, be teaching the road and telling them how to do it consistently over time, and then you try them. But some of us, because we have car all the time, our children are in the car riding back and forth, we don't think there will be a day where you will be at work with the car and your child cannot drive and we need to cross the road. So we need to think ahead. You can even teach your children how to put on the seat belt by themselves. Some of us are in a hurry. We are doing it all the time for them. Have we built in their subconsciousness that it is their duty to ensure safety once they enter a car before the car moves? Children need to be taught about areas of life to secure them. So there are things that are subtle. Does your children know what it means to maintain their personal space and other people's boundary? Boundary. Do they want boundary? That someone needs your permission before they touch you. And that they need permission before they touch someone. They cannot just go hugging people, shaking their hands. They need to be discerning. Is it appropriate? Is it the right time? Is it the right person to shake? To read their environment. Environmental awareness. Some of us, you see, that's why it pains me. I will see a child going to school and is on phone, pressing phone, and going on the road. Lack of environmental awareness. Poor road safety awareness. Or is it children that will put an earpiece, going to school on the phone, earpiece, walking on the road? What are we teaching our children? How can they protect them? How can they hear the horn of a car? How can they hear the sound of a crashing car or a car rushing with so much force towards their direction if they are still on earpiece and on their phone while moving on the road? Have you taught your children online safety? Give that child a phone. Have you taught this child not to share personal information? Please visit our last teacher today. Have you let them know that the person behind the person's picture they are seeing, how not to be vulnerable online? Have you put media boundaries? What is your family media plan to help these children know you are not going online to flip through your time and destiny? You are not just following every Tom and Harry. You are not just following every model or whoever the influencers, social media influencers. What have you put in place? What have you taught this child before you give that child that phone? Have you taught this child the importance of time management? How to manage time with phone. You as an adult, you know how difficult it is to even manage your time on phone. And you're allowing your child to be on phone every time because it's holiday. They are watching one cartoon to one movie to one game the whole day. Or in 24 hours, your children have spent 5 hours watching what exactly? What have they learned? What skills are they building in this holiday? What safety plans and programs have you instituted that you are teaching them in this holiday? Peer pressure. Have you taught them what peer pressure is and how to manage pressure? Have you taught them to identify who they are and how to ensure that pressure doesn't push them away from who they actually are? That they are not moved to follow A because A is saying this is the right thing to do, and then D because go. So it's our duty as parents. Boundaries. Appropriate and inappropriate touch. Secrets and surprises. You know those people that will say it's a secret, don't say it. Don't tell anybody, don't tell mommy and daddy, it's a secret. Those people that will hide and be winking and be doing like this. No matter the age of your child, they should be able to know what secret signals look like. And when they should know, no, this person doesn't mean well. Do you have adults you personally trust that you can say, introduce to your children and say, your child, in case you are not around, you can talk to this auntie? Have you tested and proven such people and say, these are the family? They may not be blood, but they are the aunties you can talk to if you have any concern. I will always recommend people to have coach their children. People they have trusted, tested and trusted. that can counsel their children, because our influences depreciate as our children are growing. So instead of fighting with them, struggling with them, you build a channel of influence that shares similar family values. People that are accountable to you. That thing your church cannot tell you, they know how to access it. There will be a protective factor. And you will limit that friction between you and your child and build yourself to be a model and a mentor, instead of a mother or a father they will despise in the future, because